Live, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Today we have again a very special rider. He is riding for all of us in competition and is a fantastic rider. He has made the podiums and is always pushing pushing this sport for the skate, electric skates around USA. Reggie, hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
My
Blessing to be
friend, it's
here.
a pleasure to have you. First of all, like always, can you present to everybody for everybody to know a little more about you, where you come from, what are you riding, and a little of your background? And that time, I'm going to share it in Facebook for everybody to see the interview.
Okay, I'd love to. Yeah, like you said, my name is Reggie Thomas. I am a California rider. I was born and raised in San Diego, California. I race for Mad Eastgate. Recently joined their team. Shout out to them. I ride currently. I have two boards. I have the Stooge Race Board V5, which has been my baby, number 16, and my new one, nickname Nightjar, number 3, Stooge Race Board V6. So I actually raced that one at Eastgate Con. Some stuff happened to it, so I had it rebuilt, and I'm looking to, get back on it for the rest of the 2025 season. So, yeah.
My friend, that is a pleasure to have you here. Before we continue with the interview, I just want to make a question. What is your background? You start directly as electric, or you have other sports like before skating, or what was your first PV?
Okay, yeah. So, not to dive too deep into sports that don't have wheels, but I started in the normal basketball, skateboard, track and field world. Actually, I never learned how to, I don't know what they would call it now, push analog or write
Mm-hmm.
analog. I push Mongo, so, people can make fun of me for that one. But yeah, I never learned how to ride a regular skateboard in college. I just needed a way to go back and forth. Used to ride those Lime Bird scooters, right? But they were too expensive. So my first PEV actually was a Meepo Campus 2.
Uh-huh.
The little skateboard with the foam, grip tape, surf grip tape. It had one motor, one hub motor, and it would
Wow.
cut out every time I went over a crack. So that was pretty much the first PEV, first dip into this world, right? Yeah.
but my friend, one thing I want to say to you, huh? Meepo as one of the best service of the world, huh?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, first and second board were Meepo, right? I moved from the Meepo campus once I blew too many motors to the Meepo V3, and it was the fastest thing in the world to me, right? 25 miles per hour, and goodness gracious. So
You was
yeah.
in paradise.
Oh,
Wow.
in paradise, and I mean, to this day, I still get Meepo parts here and there. Even my DIY boards have like Meepo race wheels, the shiny hubs when they first came out. So, fan of Meepo there.
Don't you think that Meepo maybe is one of the boards that lots of people started because of the price and everything? Because today, when we see the price and we don't know what is going to happen now with this now the tax is coming expensive. Don't you think that was one of the boards that was good for us to have because of the prices we have, and it was a good board. It's a good machine.
Hmm.
Meepo. Today today you have the trucks from on Meepo from what you guys use it, and in small side, of course, from Uch.
Yeah, yeah. So I precisely like you said. I got into Meepo because I was watching the Casey Neistats of the world on the boosteds, and in
Like
college I
lots
just
of lots of guys.
exactly right. But I didn't have the money for it, so
Wow,
Meepo was
that's
the budget
expensive.
friendly but good quality, and it was all about smiles per miles, just having fun back then, right? And even to this day, they're a great entry into the sport itself with their MLR and the things are coming out over there, more powerful boards every single year. I don't know how they have such high turnover, but yeah, they're what got me into the sport, and I'm sure a lot of other riders.
Uh, when you start, you do you as imagine, okay, maybe in the future I'm going to start to race, or you just made it just because you need to go to school, or was already something inside of you that's telling in the future maybe something that I'm going to do is a race against other guys?
Oh man, no. I was probably 19, 20 years old at that time. I was just focused on, trying to get to class without, being drenched in sweat, since my first course was a mile away from my dorm. In September, super hot out here. So it was pretty much just a mode of transport, right? And then maybe on the weekends or after class, I'd go and, bomb some hills and do something kind of crazy, right? So I never thought about racing it or knew about the community at that time. It was just something fun and something to get me around for free.
So then, when was the first time that you approached, or do you see and came the interest for you to start to race? How did everything started?
So I'd say I believe it was the tail end of 2022 going into 2023. Mario Chacon and Brandon Torgerson, the front runners and progenitors of all this, right? They had their intro to speed up in LA, which is only 2 hours away from us. And
Hmm.
I started to build boards, and I was quite interested in maybe chartering a chapter out in San Diego. So with their blessing, they came down, helped me get everything set up, and essentially, it was history, right? So Intro to
Hmm.
Speed San Diego was born, and that's kind of where the hobby met, the sport, or at least the beginning of it. We had a parking lot that was pretty good out in Carlsbad, California.
Hmm.
They came out, set up cones, let us know, which side is the outside, which is the inside, what's an apex, and then we got to essentially watch them slide around our track, right? So it started around 22, 23. I was blessed enough to get a Stooge Raceboard V5 secondhand off one of my buddies. And from there, it's just learning and blowing up motors, changing pinions, ripping up tires, and trying to match the style of, the legends that I've seen, right? Like my riding style, I always, thank Brandon Torgerson Redbeard so much for, because I emulate him. So that's how it started. I just, I got aboard, it started getting faster, and then tried to see how I could start a chapter out here. And Mario and Brandon were absolutely amazing. Mario, Brandon, and Fest, actually.
So first of all, I just want to say something to you, my friend. I'm very proud of what we are seeing today as community. I hope that you can help your community close to your home, like they help you to start, and that your voice can help other cities, and that we can grow this sport more and more. This sport was lost about 4 years ago. Nobody was believing in it anymore, because lots of companies was closing the doors, like Busted Board, like we have so many companies that we see now today. Kelly Board is out, Lacroix as coming back now with another company, but was closed. Lots of companies closed. Blackfire was not anymore there, uh, and we were seeing that was the end of the road. And you guys came with this races, and that has changed everything. Not just you guys in USA, but us here in Europe, my friend. And
Mm-hmm.
now you are seeing in the race that you are already this year and last year was lots of European guys riding to USA to the competition, and you have the pleasure to ride against them. How do you seeing the competition now in this 2 years that you are here? How do you see the evolution? Because for you, these 2 years, I think that has changed a lot and has came lots of good riders.
Yeah, yeah. So the evolution that you speak of is, it's been crazy to watch, right? So went from being in parking lots to maybe bigger parking lots or actual karting tracks, right? Like the Aussie boys and some European boys have the pleasure of having, tracks and being able to do club racing. But as far as the competition, it's grown massively. From guys who are asking us questions and how to build boards to, seeing them on the grid, right, and competing with us, right? So it's been crazy. You watch those ahead of you. You're on the shoulders of giants from there. Um, you may become a giant and then get surpassed. It's all in, competition like normal motorsport, right? But it's been amazing to see, right? The skill gap has closed tremendously, and everyone has, kind of created their own levels of passion in it, right? Like there's global leaderboards, right? Like David Bond and Pilney, out there in XE race and doing the T race. There's a global leaderboard for these things where you can compete time trial style, or like you said, Vashek, Vig, Bence, Pilney, Tilo, all the guys
Lamika.
coming out, right, and doing their thing over here. And it's cool because you get to see them online, but you can't gauge how good they are, right? The riding style is different, but they're still competing with you on qualifying and on the grid. So it's been amazing to watch and just see more intro to speed chapters grow across the globe, actually.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, my friend. For me, the big change when I see last year having so much riders and so many countries. I was seeing new guys from New Zealand, new guys from Australia, Europe, USA coming together, and this year again, guys from UK, all Europe, Australia, and then you guys from USA, and seeing all of that. Do you think? uh, in your what you are experiencing that in maybe in the next 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, that this is going to grow a lot, and maybe you guys going to have the chance to have a good sponsors, because you need that sponsors, guys.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. We're definitely seeing a boom right now, right? It's there's a lot of interest from the general public, right? We've moved from just riding normal skateboards and it being
Hmm.
cool looking to, it actually being a sport that people want to watch, having spectators. So I'm expecting, a lot of growth in the next couple of years. I'm expecting some plateaus here and there, right? Because it's still very niche, still very small and expensive, right? There's a lot of maintenance, and like you said, sponsors are very, very important.
That is
I
very important for you guys, my
Oh
friend.
man, like without Mad Eastgate, 2025 would be a lot more difficult.
My
Shout
friend,
out
you
to
need
them.
you
So
need
yeah, right now
sponsors.
we're working on sponsorships, right? Like, we just got Racebox, is an affiliate, and we're trying to work on a whole bunch of things to make this viable. Because as you travel, things become expensive, and it's still not quite paying the bills, right? So you need some other way to make sure you can get out to these events.
I just want to make a question, just because was a special person here from France to come to see you. He's already here, but he writes different than you. He has a different style, and maybe I'm going to make a question, because in Europe we have lots of this. Is because maybe the companies are here. Do you
Mhm.
ever a mountain board?
No, no, which is funny, right?
This guy
Because
is
I
right
love
here. He's from
watching them.
France.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. Downhill gravity mountain boarding, and I used to watch Trampa a lot, right?
Uh-huh.
I think you guys have the geography and topography where it's really nice. If I want to do that out here, I'm hitting rocks and there's a lot of big boulders and stuff like that. So I actually would love to get into it. And those guys are crazy.
I'm just showing because I think he's a big supporter. He came here to say hello to you. He's from France, and he's trying to push this sport higher, the mountain board. He was close to death too. Now he's coming again, and I would love to see that maybe in USA, having the chance for us to have like a combination of street and off-road together. I think that will be like a good combination for the two of you, and thank you so much for him to come here and showing that the sports are there. He's a big fan from skateboards, electric skateboards, mountain boards, and he's always trying to push lots of events in France. France is one of the biggest communities maybe you have. I think the longest events we have, the biggest events we have in Europe, is all of them made in France. Maybe it's because it's freedom, more freedom in
Mm-hmm.
France than like in where I live is illegal to ride. In Germany,
Oh,
is illegal, is it's
goodness.
completely illegal to ride, and that is always not nice. But not negative things. I want to show you the first of all for everybody to see it. The important thing is you give me one nice video for us to see Let's put it here. Let me just change. I think it's here. I think it was on 14. Let me just day two. Day two. Let me just change. Uh, for everybody to see it, the first one that you win, not is this one, is not this one. I think is this one. Oh yes, here. Let's change it. So guys, for you to see it, that is this XKCon. Oh, why I'm here? Why did try to send me here? I don't send. So that is the 3. We want day 2. You send me the link. Come on. Why we are now not having that though? Sorry, my friend.
No worries, no worries.
Oh, you have to give me
Technology
the
always
from the.
gets us right when we need it.
Yeah, I just want to. I'm putting the escape con, and I don't want the escape con. I want the second episode here from the race. Where is the second? We will come back. We will come back. Let's go to the race here from you. I think this video is amazing. Tell
Yeah,
us
yeah.
a
Shout
little.
out to OG over in
Yeah.
Hawaii, Sky Control Productions. Amazing guy and amazing drone pilot.
So this is the final from this year, and tell us a little more. How was the difference from? Do you been last year there or not?
No, I didn't go in 2024, but actually my very first race was EastGateCon 2023. So
Okay.
massive jump in
Yeah, that's
competition.
that's that's a good thing because the 22 and 24 was close the same place, and now
Mhm.
this year is a different place. What is the difference before we start? What is the difference from 22 to 25 for you?
So the difference one is the location, right? Like so in 2025, this last EastGateCon, it was a huge lot. There's actually big enough to have vendors, the full track, which was, I believe, one of the biggest tracks in a parking lot we've ever had, and a demo track at the same
Oh,
time with a whole bunch of extra space. So the asphalt was really good. There was a lot of good grip. There weren't too many big cracks, which is different than what you experienced in 2023 and 2024 at the Llama Lot. I know in 2023 it was relatively slippery in a more confined space. 2024 got there was a coating right over it. So from guys I know, they said the Llama Lot was very slippery in 2024, and the weather was pretty here and there, right? So whether you qualified in the morning or in the afternoon, your times reflected that. So
mhm.
I think the big difference was the consistency in weather, the size of the lot, and just the overall ambiance, right? The atmosphere there. So as you can see, that's a big event space.
So I just want to see this is the finals.
Yep.
And first of all, like he told, thank you so much for this amazing drivers of drones. We talk about that in private, but tell us a little more about for you to come to the final. What was the challenge? How many races you have to make for everybody to know how the system works there?
Yeah, so there were a lot of different changes throughout the week. It was a 3-day event, right? So first day, we started off with qualifying. So there was, maybe 2 or 3 practice sessions throughout the day. It was pretty much like a full work day. So you're practicing, and then towards the end of the day, we started to qualify. So you got, I believe it was a 6-minute qualifier. So you put down your best time within 6 minutes. That may be 3 or 4 laps, and then from there, they put you in on a spreadsheet, and essentially you're then parsed out by class. So you had pro, sportsman,
Mhm.
advanced, novice. So from there, that was day one. Day two, that's where you're getting placed in your heats based on your time. So each group had, I believe, 3 heats.
Mhm.
Each heat, there was one regular grid based on your qualifying time, and then there was a reverse grid. So that added its own level of complexity and competition, right? Because you wanted to do as best as you could, right, based on your best time. But then you wanted to make sure that you stayed alive in the reverse grid, right? Because now you're behind the slower riders, and you have to make your way through the grid. You have to make sure that you're at the right place at the right time, and you miss any big mishaps and crashes if there were any. What's going on, Fred? So yeah, that was day 2, just pretty much heats. So you had 2 heats, regular and reverse grid. Day 3, what you're seeing right now, was finals. So we had a lot more practice time, right? Pretty much this was the day of the big show. So there was some back and forth, whether it would be on qualifying time for your grid placement or points. I think they ultimately went off points. I could be mistaken, but I believe it was points. And that's what placed you in the grid. So however many points you scored on day 2, that's where you'd be placed on the grid. So I actually was lined up even with Vashek.
Mhm.
So we were on the
The guy,
second.
Vacek is a guy from Czech
Yep.
Republic.
Yep.
I think was one of the.
That
I
was
think
amazing.
how many guys from Europe was in final? Maybe 2. David and
No, I believe there were 3. There were either 3 or 4.
okay.
Unfortunately, Tilo had an accident before the
Uh-huh.
race, so he couldn't make it, but he would have been right there. So,
Tilo is a
um,
he's a fantastic guy, my friend.
he's fantastic. He's an
I love
amazing guy.
Tilo, my
So,
friend.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
friend, good friend.
Oh yeah, amazing
So
guy, amazing.
all of them are good friends for me. But first of
Mhm.
all, I know them all, and they are good friends. And now today you are here, I'm making a new friend, and it's so nice to see. I just wanted because before we continue, nobody's believing how fast is this track. But do you think for you, before I go to that, do you think for you is faster track? But I'm seeing you riding. Don't you think is a difficult track for you to achieve to pass them?
Yeah, yeah, no. So, like you said, it's a fast and flowy track, right, in certain sections, but it's also very tight and technical, right, through the back-to-back chicanes and in kind of windy parts.
Hmm.
But this straight that you're actually seeing right now is actually very fast. I'd say speeds of about 45 and up. But you had to be very careful because that hairpin comes up on you really quickly,
Hmm.
and it kind of tapers back a little bit. So it was a very good mix of tight technical, but a lot of speed. And like you said, we were all very close in qualifying time. So it was very hard to pass, right?
I,
Unless you got a very good launch or someone made a mistake and went wide. So like you said, like you see right there,
mhm.
my teammate Jack Farah and I, we got very good launches. He started in pole, I started in 4th, and we were up to a 1 and 2. And from there, like we say, just have an intro and just
Yeah,
act like you
but when
guys
you
never.
see here directly from the rider, you see how difficult it is for you to pass.
Yeah,
You have to have that moment that the other person makes a mistake, or it's very difficult for you to pass him. And
yeah, yeah.
when you come to now to this moment, it's very difficult because the first guy is going to always push in first. Then it's very difficult for you to come back. And
Exactly. It's exactly what you said, right? It's waiting for that moment and being in the right position to capitalize on any mistakes if there are any. But
mhm,
the difficult part is everyone's such a great rider, right? So you can't show up to the race expecting too many mistakes, and then when you're throttling out of certain corners or onto the straight, the guy in front of you has a couple seconds or maybe half a second to start throttling first. And when you're all relative speed to each other, it's
mhm.
very hard to pass without them making a mistake. So
It's very
very,
difficult,
very
my
tight
friend.
technical.
For the people who understand the skateboards, he knows what we are talking about because you are electric. You have to give that motors. I think if there was maybe some curves that was more open, that you can come and get the speed and then go to the then you have the straightaway was easy. And then in the curves, if it was a little more open, that way you can catch them in the curves because it's open. You can go from the outside and then catch him in the outside because then he has to work very well, the guy from
Hmm.
front, because he knows you're going to catch. You can come from the right or from the left. And the problem here in this was lots of S and very close, and it's very difficult. You just have to close it. If he goes to the left, you just have to close. It's impossible for you to pass him. It's like you have to have the best time. That is the only way for you to do it. But
Exactly.
uh,
Exactly.
and I think you, my friend, are a great rider. Uh, what do you think? Now you guys are coming to speeds crazy. When you see the speeds that you started when you go to school, and now the speeds that you are using, do you ever imagine that you're going to come to this speeds?
No, never, right? Because maybe the Meepo campus went, my first board went maybe 15 to 20-ish miles on full battery.
Hmm.
And then I thought, I reached the pinnacle of speed on the Meepo V3, kind of edging on 30 miles per hour. And now to be hitting 50 plus miles per hour for myself, or, even 60 plus for some other riders like my teammate, it's
That's crazy.
absolutely insane. You're seeing a big jump to better gear, right? I remember riding in hoodies and shorts and stuff like that. And, now we're really upping our game all across the board for safety, dot helmets and ECE ratings. So I would have never expected to be going this fast on a skateboard, no roll cage, just my body. I've taken falls at 50 plus miles per hour at like ABS and had to get stitches because I wasn't wearing the proper gear. So, you live and you learn, but it's crazy to see how far we've gotten so fast.
So, my friend, before we continue, I want to show here something, because we talk about it. That is uh, this here. You told me that was the final, and that you
Mm-hmm.
win. Tell us a little more for the people who maybe wants to visit, and maybe in the future if we see it. Tell us a little where that is and what was that from race.
Yeah. Oh man, it's crazy seeing myself with long hair. So yeah, this was right. Cut it down. So yeah, this is from 2024, the first season of Electrify Expo. Right.
Nice
This
to
was
have
the
you,
first
my friend
stop.
here. You are amazing.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, this was the first stop right in Phoenix, Arizona, in Glendale at the Cardinal Stadium, right? So we're right there, and yeah, essentially this was the first time with a big, kind of season as far as
Uh-huh.
having different circuits, right? So I was out there competing against Mario Chacon, the GOAT, and it was just absolutely amazing, right? So it was super hot. And you don't know what to expect from the surface, from the barriers, right? As you can see, those barriers are maybe shin to knee level. So if you hit them, you're going over them. It was absolutely amazing. Day one, back and forth competition. You know, Mario and I were going back and forth with qualifying times and started in pole. He ended up taking it first day. So kind of just having to, you know, pull myself up by my bootstraps and make sure I can get out there day two. And, I was able to hold on and get my first ever e-skate win. So that was amazing. Absolutely amazing to,
So,
kind of circle back, right? Be able to ride with the legends that taught you everything right? Like he's the one who helped me charter the intro to speed in San Diego, and now I'm on the same track with him. It's absolutely amazing.
Reggie, you are very kind, but don't forget that today you are coming to the Legends to group. Uh, 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 to be a legend, you have to beat a legend, and Mario is one of the best persons we can have. Not as a rider, he's first of all as a person.
Hmm.
He's, I hope that he recover very fast from his
Yes.
injury. He has what you see is what you get, and Mario is one of the best persons of the world, and he loves this sport. And seeing this battle between the two of you, I know that Mario loves this style of. Ooh, that was very close. And that just for me to for me to say that you guys are being together, pushing one for another. I know that Mario likes to push a lot, and I see your videos. I recommend for everybody to go to the his Instagram. That he has lots of videos, lots of information. You deserve it, my friend. You are
Thank you,
a
sir.
fantastic rider, and we need more persons like you. Do you think you, at this moment, that you win? that has changed a lot for you? Your
Um, I think
mentality?
I think mentality. I'd say getting on the podium and having some wins. It kind of it settles out that inner, kind of. I don't know how to describe it, but it's hard to validate yourself in a sport, right? Just through videos, right? Because you're not actually out there competing, and when you can actually go out on the stage and make something happen, during the day, that's when you know, okay, maybe my practice is worth it. Maybe the time and money that I'm investing into this is worth something, right? And it also for me keeps me humble, right? Because I know there's a lot of eyes. I know there's a lot of people ahead
Wow,
of
you
me
have
and
lots of
behind
good
of me.
riders there. You have
Yeah,
lots of
yeah.
good
So
riders there.
it just keeps you level.
Oh, my cubano, my friend.
Yeah, Jonathan the boy, the
Yeah, my
boy.
friend.
Yeah. So it just kind of keeps you humble, but also validates your, time, blood, sweat, and tears and effort, right? So I absolutely love it. I love the sport. It's my favorite thing. So yeah.
Who is this guy? That is Red Beer?
Him?
Yeah, who is this? The guy in
That's
the.
Parker. That's
Huh?
Parker.
No, I'm talking about this guy here. Who is this guy?
Oh, that's Johnny Mooney.
My friend,
Mr.
I miss the Red Beer. I know that he is coming back again
Oh,
because
he's
I
here.
asked.
He's here already.
Okay, I talked with Mario the last time I was here in the interview. I said, "Where's my Red Beer?" I never see him again. He was
Oh,
lots of time away.
yeah. He took a break. Had to take a
Hmm.
break, and he came back. He's here. He's on the Stooge Raceboard V6 #4, and
Hmm.
you know, I'll probably be racing with him this Saturday at Legends Racing. So look out for Brandon Torges, and he's took a break, but he's back.
I hope so, my friend. He's a fantastic rider. From your city, from your team, who are the other riders, your friends that push
Oh
with
man.
you together?
So I'll start off with
Yeah,
my teammates.
we're talking here. Is Brennan?
Hey, what up, Brandon? I'll start off with my teammates. Right, you have Jialong Tontat,
That is your
ST
red beer, huh?
Rider. You got Jack Farrer, Mr. Speed, Jack the Ripper, crazy guy.
Woo!
Um, he's amazing, right? Then you also have a lot of guys who've been riding with for a couple years now. Tucker Johnson, who will be out
Hmm.
there in Europe putting on a show. You got Ryan Biradelli. Um, you have Dina Catch, right? Love practicing with her as well. So yeah, all these different guys, and then you can even go up to different chapters, right? Where you have, Rux, Brandon, Mario,
Hmm.
Fess. You have so many different guys, but yeah, my teammates in San Diego.
Yeah,
Shout out
that is
to
the
those
important thing. That is what you have is your friends, the people who push for you, and you push for them, and you train together. And I think that way I can grow. I want to make you a different question because this year in EskateCon we see lots of ladies riding. Do you
guys.
seeing the sport from the ladies being stronger and
Yeah,
do you think we're going to see some beautiful moments because there is lots of good ladies riding there, huh?
absolutely,
And they are pushing,
absolutely.
huh?
Yeah, someone I forgot to shout out also in San Diego, and she's a big help for everything in this sport, right? Estelita Leja, amazing rider, along with Dina Cash. They like to compete, and then the amazing part is we have some new women riders like Shannon Vong.
Mhm,
She just got herself on a V5, actually. SoCal Legend or Legend Racing,
mhm,
Joe. Number 21, Blackjack, which has been renamed to Helena. She's on that now. And then we have Danny, Danny Phantom.
mhm.
She's, I don't know if this is too early, but she's planning on a V6. So women's
Ooh.
racing is growing very, very quickly. And then you have the women out there in Canada, right? So it's growing, it's there.
I think that is very good for all of us, and I hope to see in the future more kids too riding because they are the future. And I think opening that opportunities, we're going to have more families, more people there, and how more people is in a race, attempt to the races, how more chances you guys, sorry, have for you to have a good sponsors, because you need good sponsors. It's very important for you guys to have good sponsors. I hope that in the future, that is one of the points I always put here, is make lots of propaganda, good propaganda in internet. Don't use it at stupid videos that we cannot see nothing. Sometimes it's better for you not to put that videos, because it's not going to bring a good image for these riders. Try to bring something to the table that is going to grow this sport, and they have the chance, because USA, or maybe in Europe or around the world, maybe one day we're going to see this around the world, and they have the a possibility to have a good sponsor like Monster Energy or Red Bull or any company, doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah, the big
The
boys.
important thing is we can see this competition around the world, not just in USA, and you guys have to pay for everything, and or small sponsors that have to put everything. So Strelita was one of the persons who was here in
Mhm.
Europe, and she was here in my home. And do you know that Strelita, the first time she tried AUC was with me?
Was it? No, I know she had an absolute blast out there, and now she, she
She,
can ride almost any PEV, right? So I've seen the mass exodus from Eastgate, well, not even exodus, but just kind of the added skill of Eastgate riders going to EUCs. So I know she had a great time out there in Europe, and yeah,
she
absolutely
was in
amazing.
my home. She was with my home with Tilo. They was traveling everywhere. Tilo was taking her to all the events,
World
and
tour.
Tilo always is a fantastic person. And one day she stopped here at my home, and then we have the first attempt for her to try the AUC. I don't know where I have the video, but I think, oh, I have now. That was a long time ago. Let me just show, because she's so. That was the first time she ride
Oh man, what is that? A Sherman S?
Germanes. That
Sherman
was the
S.
first day she tried it, and she
Ah,
was here in our city, and she is so amazing. As first of all, as a skate rider, and then as AUC now, I know that she's trying, but I know that you, my friend, oh Mario, there you are too.
hey,
Mario,
Mario.
Red Beer, everybody's coming. So uh, I just want to say, I know that you ride two AUCs too, my friend.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to say I daily EUCs, right? Like I can't put I can't tip my hat at any of the EUC riders, right? They're
Come
absolutely
on,
incredible.
you ride very good.
Ah,
He's very
it's fun.
humble.
It's fun.
Come on, look. Ah,
Ah, yeah, yeah. You could do a little something on the street, make it look pretty, but yeah,
Mario is too. Do you race too now with the AUCs, or just for fun?
no, I just do it for fun, right? I try to keep it as that's why I say a daily EUC. So actually, when I go on my lunch break, I'm hop on my EX30 and have a blast. But no, I like to keep the racing, at least for myself, with Eastgate, and then the fun with EUC, right? Long rides and just traveling. Just to kind of keep my mind focused. I'm not as good as a multitasker as like Mario, right, or Long, where they
But it's
can do
something
two
that you're
different
going to
races.
do in the future, maybe.
Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Maybe in the
Yeah,
future.
yeah, you are very nice. You are very blah, blah. I'm just going to put the picture a little bigger, because look how he writes. He's just having a good time. He's testing. He's testing. You are testing. Let me see
Testing the
how the.
waters. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see if this is for me, like you did when you go to the school in the beginning. I think
Right, right. And there's a couple videos where I would take my Begode Master on the track here and there. So just I try to keep it fun. Keep it fun.
my friend, I just want to say, first of all, uh, don't stop doing what you are doing. I think you are amazing. I want to say to everybody who's out there, first of all, support this guy. If you have a company there and you have the chance, that is the future. A fantastic rider, one of the top riders of the world. And if you have a small company or a big company, or if you know anyone who has it, contact them, and try to sponsor them a little more, because that way we can grow, all of us. My friend, always, what is the best way for the people to reach you? first of all?
I would say if I'm not in one of your group chats already, whether it's on Telegram or WhatsApp, or I'd say the best is probably Instagram. It's connected to Facebook, so if you message me there on Messenger, I'll see it. I try to respond as timely as possible, give everybody the attention they deserve, whether it's questions or anything. So reach out on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can find me, Electriv, and
I'm just
I
going to leave
would.
his Instagram. I'm going to leave his Facebook too. And in the two of them, I'm going to leave all the races from him, the races that we show. Everything that you've seen here was two of them was from the races, and the other ones from Instagram. Guys, just go to the Instagram. Just see it how this guy is a machine riding and how he's enjoying, and you can see a little about his story. I think is important for us to see good riders, good persons, good friends. People talks very well about you, my friend, not just the European, but the guys around there. I have the pleasure to interview lots of good persons here. You are one of them. You deserve that. And I think that's what we need. Uh, you can be a big inspiration, not just in your city, but around the world. And maybe you can bring more riders, more people. I know that is still a very expensive sport. That's why we need the sponsors. That's why you guys need it. You have here a nice sponsor, but you need more and more sponsors. And just go to this to the Instagram for me and my friends. You're going to leave a nice like, you're going to subscribe, and then you're just going to see action, action, action all the time. Don't stop. And you're going to see with him the best riders of the world. And because he just raced a best against the best, because he's already one of the best. And that's what we need, more and more riders. What is the plans for this year, my friend?
Oh man, plans for this year. It's a busy 2025. I'm just trying to keep everything in wraps, right? So build back my V6. There's a couple racing events coming up, like Legend Racing, Back to Electrify in June. And I'm getting married this year, so I have some of that going on, right? Yeah, it's busy, right? This is engagement ring. I'm practicing. So yeah, real busy. I may or may not miss some races due to some, life stuff, but I'm always here, and I'm always when I can be there, I'll be there. So I'm looking forward to the rest of 2025 and 2026 full swing, right? And yeah, just check it out. I like to say, ride your heart out, have fun, be safe, and love it.
My friend, thank you so much for coming here. I want to say it was a pleasure to have you here. Like I told you, if you have the possibility, reach to your friends. Tell me his Instagrams. I would love to bring him here. I think we need to put more this. We are coming now to 400 interviews with riders all around the world. And if you are out there and you have the chance, make your channel, talk with these guys. Or more propaganda you can do it, or more interviews, or more we talk about this, how much that is going to go in the media and is going to bring the attention from these companies. Please do that. We need more support, more support, more support. That is what we need. These guys, they have a living. Like him, is going to get married, of course, is going to have more responsibilities, and taking all in his back is a lot. If there is a company or a support who can help him, it's going to be better. uh Before we go, I don't like to go to private, but how is the support from your lady?
Oh, it's amazing. She's like my number one fan, right? She'll actually be out there in Paris, California next race. So, can't say anything but great things about her. She's my number one supporter. So, shout out to Jacinda. There we go.
I just wish you the best of luck. I just want to say to all of you guys, we're going to have lots of interviews coming this week, like we are now doing 3 interviews for the week, because it's too much people to coming. And enjoy it. Have a good life. Have a good time. I'm going to leave you with the last words, but before we go to the last words, I just want to say, like always, I tell to everybody, ride fast, but always safe. Enjoy life. Don't forget, today we are here, tomorrow we never know. Enjoy the time you have. Always be positive and take the life as the best thing you can, because it's so beautiful. And if you want to ride or you want to learn, just come to us. The groups are there and the riders are there. Maybe you can teach, maybe you can learn, and that way we can grow all of us together with each other. My friend, like always, I leave you with the last words for our community.
Oh man, it's hard to follow that up. That was beautifully said. Well, I'd like to say, love something, love someone, and race your heart out.
My friends, thank you so much for coming. Enjoy it. Don't forget, we are in all the groups in Facebook. This is not, we don't make no nothing. If you want to subscribe. Just follow the riders here. And the important thing, always with a big smile, enjoy it. The videos from these guys are amazing. Go there, enjoy it, and have a good